$1,000. At least that's what I hope is the value of the silver in this box, because I risked $1,000 for a mystery box of silver bullion, and we're going to open it up and see what we got. Now, full disclosure, even though this looks like it's in an eBay box, I did not order this from eBay. I actually ordered it from a dealer that I know. Now, before you click off saying, oh, well, of course he's going to stuff the box, I told him, I am not going to advertise your shop online. I just want to get a mystery $1,000 bullion box, and I can't find one on eBay that didn't make me want to run for the hills and say, oh my gosh, I'm about to throw away a bunch of money. So, not going to say who the dealer is for that reason, but we are going to open this up, of course, remove the invoice, and then see what we have. And then we're going to compare the value of this versus the day that I bought it. And the reason I want to compare it to the day that I bought it instead of today is because, as you can see by this SD Bullion spot price tracker, silver closed at $69.90 on March 27th, which is the day that I bought this. And right now it is trading at $72.62. So it's up a couple of bucks. And I want to know if it was a fair deal when I ordered it, not if it's a fair deal today. So anyway, we get back to the package and we can see that we have a bag in here, and we definitely have some silver bullion coins. And it feels like we got quite a bit, and I would hope so, because again, I spent $1,000 plus I paid for the shipping, which was like 12 bucks. And now we'll go ahead and grab our first coin out of it, and it is the one that was sitting on top we saw in the box. And it is, oh, this is a US silver dollar. So this is not a bullion coin. I just wanted bullion, but it is silver. It's 90% silver. And this is the US Army commemorative 2011. So a 2011 US Army commemorative silver dollar. These are 90% silver. There's 0.7734 ounces of silver in this coin. So we can count that as bullion, and based on the spot price the day I ordered this, which we find by taking 70 times 0.7734, you can see that we have a value of $54 today. Not bad for our first coin. Okay, the next thing we have in the box, which we also saw on the top of the package, is a silver eagle. We'll take it. So silver eagles generally carry a little bit of a premium, especially today. We have a 2016 in a capsule. So a 2016 Silver Eagle in a capsule, we're gonna, say that's, let's say $4 over spot to be fair. I know you have to pay more than that for it, don't get me wrong, but I think $4 an ounce over spot for a Silver Eagle is fair territory. And so for the valuation of this box, we're gonna call it spot plus 4 or 74 bucks. Okay, and the next coin in our bullion box looks to be an Austrian Philharmonic. Take a look at that. Yeah, we have, all right, well, this has, it looks like some toning on it, some milk spotting. Oh, this has some really bad milk spotting on it. So because of the milk spotting on this coin, I want to value this at what I would pay for a generic round, which today would be spot plus 2. So for this, we're going to call this $72 instead of 74 like we valued the Eagle. All right, and the next coin that we have is a 1 ounce silver round. And I know that because I have some of these. This is a beautiful 1 ounce silver round though. You got an 1804 bust dollar. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. It is just a generic round, so spot plus 2 is what I value generic rounds at today. If I were to have to go into a shop and order them, I don't want to value them just at spot price, because that's not right. You're not going to get these for spot, but plus 2 is fair. So spot plus 2 for our generic silver round. All right, so our next coin, and just so you know, I can see in the bag, it looks like a bunch of big silver coins, which is good because we need to make up this $1,000 still. But next coin we have is a 1 ounce silver Year of the Horse 2014. These are kind of cool. Take a look at this. So we have 1 troy ounce in the back, 99 fine silver, got some milking going on there. Oh, look at that. You can kind of rub that off. So it's just, I guess, been in the flip for a while. Beautiful silver round, 1 ounce and 999 fine silver Year of the Horse. We're going to take that at spot plus 2. Okay, our next coin is, bam, we have a 1 ounce silver round again. This time it's a mercury dime design. Look at that. And we have some of that. Oh, this one looks like it is actually milking, unlike the other one where we could just rub it off. But we have a 1 ounce silver mercury dime round. Very cool. I've seen plenty of these. These are one of the more common types of silver rounds out there, as is this one. I've seen a lot of both of these. I think that's the first time I've seen that one. But another 1 ounce silver round, we got a mercury dime round. That's another $72. And as you can see, we actually have quite a few more coins in here, but really quick, guys, we do have a special video sponsor for today's video. So we are going to run that, and then afterwards, we're going to get back and see if we can hit that $1,000 I paid for this box. Today's video is sponsored by Vanguard Mining, ticker UUUFF. I want to walk you through why this company is relevant to a much bigger conversation happening right now around critical minerals and global supply chains. A large portion of key materials like lithium, copper, and molybdenum are heavily concentrated in China's supply chain. For example, China processes roughly 60 to 70% of the world's lithium chemicals, including lithium carbonate and hydroxide. And on copper, China imports around 60% of global copper ore and produces more than 45% of refined copper, while also consuming around 58% of global supply. And with molybdenum, China accounts for roughly 42 to 45% of global production, and in 2025 introduced export controls that led to a significant drop in shipments to Western markets. Now, we have also seen export restrictions more broadly, including rare earth materials and other strategic resources, and at the same time, the US has taken steps aimed at strengthening domestic supply, including tariffs related to copper, funding for stockpiles, and efforts to accelerate permitting. Now, looking at lithium specifically, prices declined significantly into 2025, reaching lows around mid-year and have since moved higher from those levels. All of this highlights how interconnected these materials are across energy, infrastructure, and manufacturing. Now, Vanguard Mining is involved across multiple of these areas, including gold, copper, uranium, lithium, and molybdenum, and their portfolio includes gold and copper and palladium exploration projects at Brussels Creek in British Columbia, where new gold-copper soil anomalies have been identified. They also have uranium exposure with over 90,000 hectares in Paraguay's Parana Basin, located near the UD project. In lithium, the company holds 100% interest in the Poquitos 1 lithium solar project in Argentina, providing exposure to lithium brine resources in that region. And in addition to copper, their inclusion in molybdenum adds exposure to a material used in steel, energy, infrastructure, and industrial applications. Now, if you want to learn more about Vanguard Mining, they trade under ticker UUUFF on US exchanges and is available through platforms like Interactive Brokers, Schwab, Fidelity, and E-Trade. But as always, remember that this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research and seek professional financial advice before making any financial decisions. Okay, so getting back to it, our next coin is a 1 ounce silver buffalo round. Speaking of common, easily the most common generic silver round ever to exist, and we have ourselves one of those right there. So again, spot +2 puts it at $72 for our buffalo round. And the next coin out of the bag, and keep in mind I'm pulling these at random, but I can kind of see what's going on over there. We have a 1999 1 ounce silver eagle. All right, guys, look at this. It is colorized. Yeah, so here's the thing about these colorized eagles. It is a 99, but you can actually get this off. And what I learned is that if you put this in a bowl of acetone and just let it sit, you know, for like an hour or two, this will basically lift off of the coin. And this is one of the ugliest colorizations I've ever seen. I've seen other ones like this with the same type of colorization, but it looks like a kid with, you know, a glue gun or something or whatever, just like a gel pen, just kind of tried to color it. I don't know. It's bad. For that reason, we're going to call it spot +2 because I'm going to spend $2 in acetone just cleaning that thing off. So because of the colorization, we're going to call it 72. All right, and next up, we have another 1 ounce buffalo round. So we have a second generic buffalo, and yeah, another $72. I mean, this one actually a little bit different than this one, so a different mint. You can see this one's a little bit more proof-like. This one's just a bit more regular. And this has a mint mark on it. But either way, we have ourselves another 1 ounce of a round, so another $72. Alrighty, here we go. Next up, we have, and this one is in a capsule, we have ourselves a silver maple leaf, 2013, and very common for these, like this series of maples, there is a milk spot. This one is on the nose. Now, guys, really quick, we have a few coins left in this bag, but we are going to figure out what our exact premium that we paid on things like this is using the Stack Heavy app. If you guys didn't see my announcement on that, it was really cool. I put it out last Friday, but we're going to actually use that to calculate the exact premium that we paid, not just amount over spot, but also percentage. So stick with us. But for a maple, it has a milk spot on it, but we're going to be fair here. We said, we'll move this here. We said 74 for the eagle. That was fine. We're going to say 73, so an extra $1 over the round for our 1 ounce silver maple leaf. And next up, we have a bar. Look at that. We have a bar from the Royal Mint. Okay, this is Una and Lion, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, a 1 ounce silver Una and Lion bar from the Royal Mint. 1 ounce of 4 nines fine silver. I don't actually know what the premium on these are. I'm going to have to eBay this one just to get an idea if these have a very high premium, but given what spot price is, I'm going to assume not so much. I stand corrected. I'm going to put a couple of sold listings up on the screen. The last 2 of these that sold with this design sold for $115 and $125. So we got a very premium bar right here. Holy smokes, I did not actually expect that. So let's meet this in the middle. Guys, we're going to be really fair, and we're going to call this 120 bucks. We're going to call that 120 bucks because, again, we had 1 sell for 115, 1 sold for 125, plus $15 delivery. And this was both on April 6th. That was yesterday. So that was unexpected and very, very cool. But next up, we have another 1 ounce silver maple, also a 2013. So we got 2 2013 maples inside of capsules. This one also has some milking going on. Look at that. You can see it. Even though it's inside of the capsule, that is most definitely on the coin. So another 2013 maple. We'll make room for it right here. We're going to call that 73 like we did the other one. And we have 1 coin left, and here we go. Oh, gross. We have a Mint ID round. You guys know from previous videos years ago, I'm not a big fan of these things. What this is you can download an app. I don't even have the app on my phone anymore. And you can scan this sticker right here. It's an NFC tag to verify its authenticity. The issue with these, as that I showed in a previous video, is you can remove the sticker and put it on another coin. And what I'm actually going to do with this thing is I'm going to soak it in the same acetone I'm going to soak this silver eagle with, and I'm just going to remove the Mint ID tag. Because here's the thing. I know these are real silver. I don't need to scan some silly NFC code to verify that. I can test it on my own. But yeah, these come right off. It doesn't mess with it. And I actually stuck it to a banana in a previous video. I'm not a big fan of those. Look, it's still an ounce of silver. It's still a generic silver round. I'm going to call it $72. I really want to call it 70 because it's going to cost me, $2 in acetone to take this thing off probably. Well, not really, but you get the idea because I'm going to soak it. But I'm going to soak it in the same acetone I'm going to soak this eagle in. So we're going to call it $72 anyway. And there we have it. So I added all these up, and you can see that the value that I gave it plus the premiums is $970. So I'm assuming that they were valuing things like the Silver Eagle, right, at +8. I'm assuming that they were valuing the maples at like +5 or +6. I'm assuming that they were valuing the generic rounds at +3 instead of +2. And if you do all of that, you get much closer to the $1,000 that we spent. But what I want to know is how much I actually paid in premium. And so what we're going to do here is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.774 ounces. So we have 12.7734 ounces. So the next thing I want to do is figure out exactly how much premium I paid, both in dollar amount and percent. And to do that, we're just going to go to stackheavy.com. This is a website I built, like I said earlier, link in the description below. And I actually showed this off in a video on Friday for the first time. But if we scroll down to premium discount calculator, and we go here. Now, doing this, I realize there's a feature I need to add to this calculator. There are updates coming, and this is going to get better with time. But for now, we're going to say silver was $70 an ounce because I bought it during the day. We know it closed at $69.90. Let's call it 70. That's what I used in the video. Now, we paid $1,000, and the silver count that we had was 12.7734. This says price per coin bar. We're doing it differently. That's the feature I need to add, whatever. But as soon as we put that data in over here, you can see it says we are paying a premium of 11.84% or $8.29 per ounce over spot. But remember, we also paid shipping. So if we plug our $12 shipping into this, now we actually paid, including shipping, 13.18% or $9.23 per ounce. And you can see down here, it shows you that. It also shows you the total premium that we paid for the entire box. We paid $117.86 more than what the value of the silver was. True cost per ounce was $79.23 for our 12.773 ounces. So I think that shows a pretty good use case scenario for the Stack Heavy app right there. Plus it shows us that, even though we got some cool premium stuff like this Una bar had a premium on it, yeah, we still paid quite a bit more than the value of our silver for this box. So, and this is from a dealer who knew who I was, but again, I think he was figuring the premiums higher than what I figured him for in this video. Let me know down below, though, what you think, because that's what I want to know. What do you guys think about the box that I got? What do you think about silver's price and the premiums right now? What do you think about the Stack Heavy app? And again, if you haven't seen the video on this app, I'll put a link for it in the description below. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Stack long, stack heavy, and we will see you next time.